Well, it's so important when you to have as many backups as possible. There it doesn't cost you more to put more people on, and it can avoid an expensive trip to probate court for your family. If you put the right people on, if you put enough people on, there'll always be someone to do it. So that's why we encourage you to do just that, is to um, make sure that as many kids as possible, who in whom you have confidence. Here's another thing, though, um, just a tip. An awful lot of the documents that we see coming in, right? Whether it was in another attorney's office that another law firm did them, or people just fill in the blanks in the forms that are generally available. What folks will do, is put more than one person to serve at the same time. Okay. Faithful listeners have heard me talk about this before, but it's a good opportunity to talk about it again, which is, you don't want multiple decision makers serving simultaneously. Okay. People will tell me, oh, well, then they'll work together and we'll get the best result and everybody should know what's going on, blah, blah. That means it sounds good, right? No, no, you don't. You don't want any of that, because because you should take the responsibility of saying, I want Carmen number one, I want Ralph number two, I want Susie number three, and then, if you can get someone else as number four. And those people should serve independently. They should serve, if they're the ones you picked, then they should serve without having to justify what they did, who they said it to, whatever. They shouldn't have to justify that to anybody else, because we all know what a camel is. You know, a camel, the animal in the desert and all that. A camel is a horse designed by a committee. Ah, you see? Huh? So you don't want a horse designed by a committee. You don't want a camel. What you want is the independent judgment of somebody in whom you have confidence. Because when you do these multiple things, everybody's deferring to everybody else because nobody wants to get in trouble. And you don't get the benefit of anybody's perspective. You get this mishmash. If you look at, I'm just saying, if you look at these movies that are coming out these days, the movies that are coming out, $200 million, $250 million, and they're terrible. They're awful. Why are they so bad? They're so bad because they're spending so much money that they got to get this one involved and that one and this one and that one. Oh, we're going to offend these people, blah, 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 blah. You get all these people with all these interests. And the last thing anybody wants to do is tell a good story, right? Which is why you go to the movies. Well, they don't want to tell a good story. They want to satisfy all the different pressure groups. Well, it's the same thing when you have multiple people acting at the same time for your finances or for your health care, right? People are trying to satisfy one another. There's another agenda going on other than making the decision that Carmen would want you to make. I mean, oh, they're being polite to each other. Oh, I don't want to fight with this one later on. Oh, whatever it is. Okay. That's why you have to name them individually. Everybody knows you're in a room and the fast talking person or is the one who gets their way. Why? Because nobody wants to engage. Nobody wants to, okay, fine, whatever. Okay, well, how do you think we got the crappy government we've got right now? It's because there's certain people who talk faster than everybody else, and the rest of us just say, oh, I guess, whatever. You don't want that happening when your health care is at stake. Okay, that's not what you want. You want to pick the people that you have confidence in and let them make the decision. You chose them for a reason. You trusted their judgment. Okay, forget about this multiple people. Don't do it.